Today is the day that Felix died. Nobody held him. Nobody cried. He's faceless, just a number, and no tears will fall. For in the lad, he's worth nothing at all. He was taken as a baby, just 2 years old, and put in a cage, trembling and cold. The white-coated technicians turned their back on his page, and he quickly realised that crying was in vain. His world is so awful. He's lonely and scared. He searches their faces for a sign that they care. But they ignore his sadness, his confusion and pleas, to give him his life back and let him be free. What did he do? He can't understand. He pitifully tries to hold out his hand, but nobody takes it. Nobody cares. So he sits in his cage and sadly stares. Another painful procedure, another day. He's pleading for this pain to go away, but they cut off his skull cap, put electrodes in his brain, and injected chemicals into his veins. He dreams of being free in the wild. He's just a baby, just a child. His body feels weak. He's slowly dying. His pain is awful. He's silently crying. He wishes he was home, amongst his own, where the pain was gone and he wasn't alone. They are watching him now, all standing round. His head is down, and he can't make a sound. He rocks back and forth, his innocent soul, as the relentless abuse takes its toll. In his darkest hour, he prays for relief, as he sits in his sorrow, his pain and his grief. He buries his head under his arm and sobs. His heart is breaking, his body throbs. This tender animal, in total despair, watched by technicians that just don't care. The days go by, and he can't raise his head. He suffers convulsions, and his eyes turn red. His mind is broken. He is very near death, but they merely watch and record as he fights for breath. His legs have grown weak, his throat's parched and dry. He's sick now from what they've done and falls with a sigh. He lays down his head and closes his eyes. Racked with pain and alone, he finally dies. Oxford University, this is what you've done. This is what you're responsible for, and it is unforgivable. I would ask everybody here to never forget the story of Felix, never forget his haunting picture, sitting in that training cage in total despair, and spend every second that you can doing anything you can to bring an end to this barbaric and cruel practice. And as for Oxford University, well, they were left behind in their guilt and their shame and the disgust of the world, while other, more knowledgeable, ethical and compassionate medical and academic establishments pave the way forward to a better world using non-animal research.